how are you? This is Mark Fuller, Manager of Wealth. And today I want to talk about the surest path to financial freedom. The surest path to financial freedom. Sure, there are many paths. And of course, what is promoted as financial literacy these days tells you to save your capital, keep it invested, the stock market will average 10%, yada, yada, yada. And they tell you that that's the guaranteed path. Well, since I know that less than 12% of people retire financially secure and many more people than 12% try to follow that path, I know that that is not the path. This is a question that I want you to think about for a second. I want you to write these numbers down. I want you to write down all the cash, liquid cash in your checking and savings accounts that you have access to. I want you to add to that all of the equity in all of the properties that you own that you have access to. I want you to add to that all of the investment dollars in accounts that you have access to. And I want you to add to that all of the access to credit that you have, and I want you to add it to that. And I want you to tell you, write down for yourself, what is that number? Now, when you look at that number, I want to ask you a question. Would 10 times that number financially free you? Yes or no? No explanation, no BS. Yes or no? Would 10 times that number financially free you? And when I've done this exercise with a lot of clients, the number is generally 100,000, 200,000. I have some clients where that number is $400,000 or $500,000 in terms of the number they have access to. And so when you've got access to $800,000 between equity, credit, cash, and investments, the question becomes, would turning that $800,000 into $8 million, would that free you? And 100% of the people, 100% of the time have told me, if I could 8x what I have, if I could 10x what I have access to, I would be financially free. And so I tell them, and I am telling you, that your issue then is not finances. Your issue is two things. Number one, you don't have the knowledge and information that you need to apply to the capital that you have to get a 10x return on it over a year or two or three. If you did, you would be free in a year, 2 years, or 3 years. Can everybody agree with that? If you had that knowledge and you applied it, you'd be free, right? And the second thing is, you are playing a game like, imagine you're wearing a five-pocket pair of jeans. You have your checking account in one pocket, your savings account in another pocket, your 401k in your back pocket, your access to credit in your other back pocket, and that little pocket over here, you've got some investment accounts or whatever. And you feel like each one of those accounts are so sacred and shouldn't be touched, and you're going to slowly save money from your W-2 income and stash little pieces of it in those pockets, and that's going to build wealth. It's not, okay? What's going to build wealth is applying the proper information and knowledge to that money, the ability to get a 10x return on capital, learning how to do that. And I promise you folks, there is no limit of courses and instruction in every field of endeavor that you can imagine that will teach you how to do that and resources that you can apply. So let there be no excuse. Add those numbers up, ask that question, and if you don't know what you need to know, admit it to yourself, and then give me a ring. Let's get started. Let's talk about it. This is Mark Fuller, Manager of Wealth. Take care.